So it's been almost a year, and it's already re-election time. It happens really fast, right?
Yeah.
So what's that like?
Well, I mean, it's in terms of the timing, it's definitely a nonstop kind of pace. As soon as you start feeling like we're getting our sea legs a little bit, it's time for re-election season, which is just a reality of Congress. But it's really been such an incredible privilege and blessing of a lifetime, really, to be able to serve my district and my community here.
You mentioned your personal growth. Tell us a little bit about what that looks like for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, last February I was bartending in Union Square, and now, of course, so much has happened since then. I was elected to represent my 14th district of New York in Bronx and Queens, and also coming in as the youngest woman to be elected to Congress to do so. There was so much, and then on top of all of the responsibilities in Congress, the amount of attention that the seat has gotten and my service has gotten has almost been like a second job on top of all of that.
Managing the fact that you now have this huge profile.
Yeah, and thinking that, you know, what I wear or how my hair gets cut in a given day adds a certain level of scrutiny. But I think it's also forced me to be better in a way that I never imagined I almost could be. And, you know, pushing that growth, all of those challenges that we have individually, they force us all to step up.
Is there a downside to the sort of sudden celebrity that you've achieved?
Yeah. You know, I think sometimes a lot of people think of the upside, but it's definitely a lot of stress, especially if it's not something that you're used to. This isn't something that I kind of eased into. It was almost like a light flipped or a light switched, and all of a sudden all of this attention came. And so there's a lot of stress that comes from that, especially if you're not used to it. And so personally it definitely takes a toll, but politically sometimes it does too, where it's every small thing you do gets a much added level of scrutiny, which sometimes I see other colleagues, they can get away with things that I would never be able to. But I think it's, all in all, it's been still a huge blessing.
It comes with a lot of power. You obviously have a lot of influence. Is there a downside with your constituents that this sort of fame that you've achieved might make people feel like you're not as connected with them, that you're not as in it with them?
Well, thankfully, I'm home all the time, so I don't feel like my constituents, and I don't feel like my neighbors think that I'm not around or not connected. But there's always definitely this push and pull of when you have a national spotlight. It's, you know, people across the country think that I'm their congresswoman, but ultimately I'm the congresswoman for my community here in the Bronx and Queens. So there's this balance that we have to strike between serving the country and serving our backyard. But I spend, you know, my time here at home, and I'm very lucky. I don't have to fly as much across the country to do fundraisers or anything like that.
Thank you for watching this video from NBC4 New York. You can subscribe by tapping the button below me, and on the left you can see our latest updates, investigations, and digital exclusives. We'll see you next time.